pure bloods in the house. Yeah. Dabu 7. The Underground. Back at you. And good evening. Let's get an audio check. Here real quick. 5x5 in Wyoming. All my pure bloods out there. Much love, Gary. Waiting to get some 5x5 feedback here. E Fitz, thank you. Good to see everybody out there. Mayhem. That is the Underground beat. Made by Live 1707. Thank you, Randy. Good to see everybody out there. Dark Knight. Wallen. Stephen Crump. Shoutouts to Tooge. Wayne the Pain. Everybody coming through with the 5x5 now. God dang. All right, good looking out. Just wanted to make sure we was good. Shout out to all my people across the pond over in the UK. Going to be touching on some stories over there on what's happening in the streets. Shout outs to Daz. Much love. Thank you for sharing the stream. Hoodie Ross. Yeah, good to see everybody out there. Hope all is well. Again, I want to thank everyone that shares the stream. Appreciate it to the fullest. Looks like we're live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or X, should I say. Rumble, do believe so. Across the board out there, a lot of locations. West Virginia, KY in the house. If you guys got anything you want to get to me, dabu7@yahoo.com is the email. I check it throughout the stream. If you want to get my attention in the chat, I'm watching the YouTube chat tonight. Just at me at Dabu77. I see it. Try to get a response back to you. Thank you, Jamie. Everyone out there. Again, much love to all the pure bloods. Guys, I really do feel like we're running out of time. I know I've spent a long time trying to get you guys ready for what's about to happen. But it's about to happen. Marcia in the house. Hope you and all the fam down in Georgia are doing good. And we're going to get this party started. We're going to cover a lot of topics here tonight. We're going to dive into some updates on the Trump shooting, the whole situation around the political circus with the election, and all kinds of war stuff around the globe. Try to get in some coverage here of the things I missed here in the past week. I have been out of commission, so to speak, on the road, all that good stuff. And I'm going to touch on that too. Buffett dumping a stock. Much love, North Florida. And thank you to all the mods out there. I'm going to start off here with an update on what's going on with the ISS. If you guys don't know, there is a crew that is stranded on the ISS. Boeing responsible for getting them home And it looks like they don't have the courage, or they don't want to ask publicly SpaceX to save these people. They're saying that SpaceX could do this, and that they may step up to the plate and just launch a rescue mission anyway, using their Dragon spacecraft. I mean, there's no one out there right now that can do the things that SpaceX is doing, like launching these rockets and then sticking them on a platform out in the ocean, landing them. That they're a feat that no one else is doing out there, really. With that technology, I believe they've got high-grade technology. All the rockets are just a show. I believe they've got super advanced technology. And this is part of the show with the ISS and everything. But SpaceX looking to be the heroes there in that one. For all my folks down in Florida, I'm sure you're aware, you've got this tropical storm bearing down on you. It may be a hurricane by the time it hits. Looks like it's coming up the west coast. It's going to affect the areas around Tampa all the way up into the Panhandle. It could hit hurricane status by the time it makes landfall, but it'd be a small window. The thing about this one is they're saying it's going to move slow, and it's going to dump a lot of rain in this area. So just expect some flooding. And I think Hoodie Ross said they're expecting it to roll into Georgia as well. So anyone down there, just get ready. Flooding, big time rain, all that in the house. Crown jewels in the house. Much love, my brother. We'll be talking about the events going on in the UK here in just a bit. And thank you for all the information, you and Daz, that you guys send me from over there. Okay, Microsoft showing us all just how expensive it's going to be moving into this AI world. Everything AI, everything EV that they're trying to push. Microsoft's electricity bill alone has doubled since the AI push. It shows you it's going to take a whole lot of power to do what they want to do here with all this AI. This is just running the big tech AI and their algorithms. Nothing beyond that, just that. When you start adding in all this other stuff, there's like no way. I mean, the grid is going to crack at some point. They were just talking about rebuilding in the open. And to rebuild it, you've got to tear down the old. I thought that was kind of odd, talking about rebuilding our grid. But you're going to have to tear down what's there. Yeah, grid failure imminent. You know, the closer we get to election, it seems that way. And DHS and all them just putting out an alert, a warning about the election and cyber attacks, saying that they fear that something huge is about to happen. And I'll have a little bit more on that here when I get into the politics. But Microsoft also has the computers that are inside all these places around the world that just got hit by this IT glitch. Just think about that for a second. I feel like that was a beta test. A lot of people still kind of reeling from that. Some places recovered kind of quickly. I know I was affected personally. I didn't think I was going to be, but I was. NorCal, thank you for the 5 coffees. Appreciate it to the fullest. That is the best way to support the show right there. And I'll turn down that alert. If it blew somebody's ears out. Turn down now. Yeah, and thank you to everybody out there sharing the stream, hitting the like button. I appreciate it to the fullest. To the fullest. But electricity's not going to get any cheaper. I suggest you start looking into solar power, something off-grid. That means not being controlled by the man, not having a smart meter connected to your house, affecting you and your health. and all this other stuff, paying these crazy bills. I've got a plan I'm going to roll out here for whoever wants to walk it out. Anyone that's serious about surviving what's about to happen. Because a lot of people, I feel, just thought that this was entertainment all these years, and it's crunch time. If you didn't wake up when they started to lock us down and then tell you had to have essential papers to hop on the road to go to work or anything else, or you're stuck, if that didn't wake you up, I don't know what will. Okay, so it woke me up. I've been grinding 4 years nonstop to get ready for the next event because we know it was going to happen by 2025. They told us this much. They told us this much back in 2020, multiple times. I covered it. I showed you Bill Gates and the goons out there just openly saying it. Openly, like they do. So, we're less than 6 months away now. Gosh, time's flying, man. It's August 2025 coming up quick. The election coming up quick. And we are in that window. Sweet pea. Thank you for the coffees. Appreciate it to the fullest. So we got Chevron bailing out of California right now. You've seen Elon, Joe Rogan, a couple big names that fled out of there. Chevron, huge company, shutting down shop, heading for Houston. Houston's taking this all in. It's huge. Or Texas, all in all. And much love and prayers back to you, Wyoming, and all the purebloods out there. Thank you for the coffees. Best way to support the show again. All of it's appreciated to the fullest. And I know you guys have heard about the story pertaining to kids out there with the lemonade stand getting harassed by the government. It seems so petty, right? That Uncle Sam's going to go and mess with kids out there just trying to sell some lemonade. Well, they tried to do this in Colorado. An HOA called the police on children for having a lemonade stand. And in the end, the kids win in this because the cops came. They just made sure they were not blocking the road, which they weren't. And then they were called back again. People were screaming at these kids. And they come to find out, the police said, no, you live in this community. You have a right to do it. These people can be as ticked off as they want. They can sit over here and scream, unfortunately. But you guys can sit there and sell your lemonade, and if anybody else messes with you, they will go to jail. Like running up on them. They were getting in their faces and everything else. There's video out there of this also, but they win in the end here. I thought it was a win for the kids and for every lemonade stand out there across the country that doesn't want to get violated. So, it ticks me off when I see it go the other way. Charlie, thank you for the coffee. Much love. Right back at you. If you guys got a story out there on anything, let me know. Dabu7@yahoo.com. Try my best to get it in lineup and get it covered. And thank you, someone that just came through with 2 coffees. Appreciate it to the fullest. I know a lot of you guys out there are feeling the financial strain. The whole country is. And Lowrider, thank you for checking in with the coffees as well, my brother. Tennessee. Brother, I gotta holler at you. Like, we gotta talk, for real. I appreciate all the coffees and all the stuff, the message you drop in there, man. But, man, we gotta talk, brother. Hit me up on Twitter or something. I need a direct message to you or on the email. But retailers are now reporting that their earnings are down because people are just not spending money. People don't have it to spend. And it's being seen everywhere. So, not too shocking to me. I mean, we're seeing it pretty much everywhere. The cattle market also getting hit. It's almost like we're in a recession, but they don't want to tell you we're in a recession. Like this administration, the Biden administration, just will never tell you anything negative on the economy. They'll just lie, 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 lie. Well, when you look at the facts and you look at the charts here, look at cattle. As previously noted, it has reached a record high of $5.47 a pound in June. Okay, for beef. It just continues to keep rising. A lot of this is connected to our herd, which has been wiped out. It's been attacked and wiped out. A lot of that was with them dudes down there. Now, you can see here that our U.S. cattle herd is the smallest size in 73 years. The prices just, are just at a record high. So it's not going to get fixed anytime soon. I feel they're going to do everything in their power to make it worse. So do note, the cattle supply here is very small. If we go into any kind of war, trade war, anything that affects the markets or shipping, another scam thrown our way, anything. This is already at an all-time high. It will go through the roof. All you need is a crisis right now, and it will absolutely go through the roof, which will affect things like you've never seen before. Burger joints and all that won't be running the same. They'll be charging, if they can even get the meat. Just imagine when this whole bird flu thing pops off. Chicken, eggs, milk, beef, all the staples will be wiped out almost instantly. Soul Founder checking in. Good to see you, man. Much love, brother. Thank you for the coffees. Yeah, man. So I hope you guys are growing. I know some of you guys out there have been. You asking me how vacation was? I ain't been on no vacation, T-Rex. I've been busting my tail, surviving. Just because I ain't been live doesn't mean I've been on vacation. I ain't been nowhere. But right here in these mountains. I wish vacation. Wish I could see the beach. Been years. Yeah, but it is what it is. Instead of blowing my money on all this stupid crap, I knuckle down and I get real with it. Oh, Gary can tell you. And much love, Gary McGinnis out there in the chat. He's been one of the lone cats out there to be there for a brother in the flesh. And it's been much appreciated to the fullest. And I might as well just give an update real quick. Since everyone's probably wondering what's going on. Yeah, I got my stuff hacked the other day. I was planning to go live, and next thing I know, I look at my bank account, and there's charges being made from CN fans. Chinese joint. It's like Amazon or Temu over in China, and they got me. They hacked me, and they were in my bank account. So they had to freeze all these transactions. I had to go through all this stuff. Then my card got shut down. I got to sit here dead in the water for the next 9 days or whatever till a new one comes in the mail. It's just been madness. And then at the same time, our cell phone gets hit by Chinese hackers sending Chinese gibberish. And it got so bad that the line, even after talking to the company for multiple days, they couldn't figure it out. Management couldn't figure it out. And there was 2 different numbers operating off this line with other people having access to it. It's nuts. Anyhow, that hopefully is all resolved. But you know, I'm more worried about the 1 million plus trained Chinese that are here, CCP trained to kill. They're not here to go camping. It seems everyone keeps forgetting that. You know, I was out today. I went up to a major city near me. I haven't been there in a long time, and it just blew me away. Before I even got like into the store, I seen many people pass me, people that could only probably speak a few words of English. And I can't help but raise an eyebrow, like looking around me, like everywhere, like what the. First time in that city that I've seen it like that. But I'm seeing it's everywhere. And all I can say is if people ain't getting ready, if you ain't getting ready, the replacements are being brought in right in front of your face. They're being brought in right in front of your face, your replacement. Sure, yeah, you just keep on pushing, acting like it ain't happening. It is. You know, Americans can't even afford chocolate now, as you can see here on this one. It's the latest thing they can't afford. And thank you, Marley. Much love. South Florida. We ever get anything popping off there in Florida, man, stop out and see us. If you want to buy a home here in America right now, and this is on average, look at this. A $1 million starter home is now the norm in 237 cities in America. That's right, the typical starter home. That is nuts. Okay? Now, roughly half of those are in California alone, followed by ones in New York, Jersey, Florida, Massachusetts. Just so you know, this is the condition that we're in. Lord McCormick checking in out of the UK. And brother, I'm going to get to these reports. I've got them in my lineup toward the back end here. But I'm going to get to it. I know. He says, brother, UK cities are burning. Clearly a divide and distract op. Kids killed at school. And you know what's crazy? Is when my UK people are trying to take to the streets now. You know, they're pissed and they have every right to be. They're the ones getting beat down by the police. I'm going to get to that here, like I said, in just a minute. Let me get through some of this stuff. I got a whole section I'm going to tear into on that, but thank you for that, Lord McCormick. Let me touch on a little bit of financial information here globally. Wanted to mention that even though a lot of people don't care what's going on with the economy in China, it ties in to what we're doing here. At Daz. Get it up there, Daz. The Chinese central banks are doing pretty much what the United States is doing. And all these other places, these people ain't paying attention. They're printing money left and right, helicopter money. And now they want to send money directly to the people. And other countries are talking about this. And they're wanting to do this to offset everything that's going down. Everything's falling apart. It's just the way that it is. And if you've been following my channel, I've been reporting every show that the central banks are buying gold. They don't want dollars. They all want gold. They don't even want their own crappy currency. No one does. They all just want gold. And if there's anything that's been bought at a record pace for the past, ever since lockdowns began, it's been gold. A record pace. It's every week. It never stops. It never even like backs down. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it continues. I got another one. You're looking at it on the screen right here. It's not just China, though. India, Singapore, other places jumping on board, but China leading the way. They haven't kept it a secret. They're going to back their contracts and potentially their money. And if it's not their money, it's going to be this new BRICS money they're pushing. Buy gold. As soon as Russia and China and all of BRICS step out on the world stage with a money that is backed by gold, it's over. It's over. And it's all planned anyway. It doesn't matter if it's them or it's somebody else that does it. Anyone that steps up with something that's backed by gold, well, I'm going to tell you right now, anyone out there would be a fool not to use it, because you could take that currency to the bank and you could redeem your gold value. I don't care what the currency's called, who's pitching out there. If you're throwing paper out, and I know that paper right there, I can take into this bank and I can walk out with gold in hand, the real money. But I can't do that with the dollars. Come on now. Other people are seeing this worldwide, and this is what's going to cause a major dump on the U.S. dollar. Just for that simple fact alone. People 100 years ago would have said you're crazy to ever have any kind of currency not backed by gold or anything like that. But here we are. Here we are. And this brings me to the Buffett dump. The top is in, guys. I told you the top was in before these guys ever made their moves. I hope you listened. Shout outs to my boy Cannons. Berkshire Hathaway dumping half of its Apple shares and then not even buying up its own shares like it was contracted to do at a high level. It like took the minimum amount as possible, the lowest amount to date. When you start seeing billionaires dumping off the top, top's in. It's pretty obvious, top's in. So I have people reaching out to me, and they're asking, what should I do with my 401k? I hear you keep talking about it. I'm ready to pull the trigger. Pull that trigger. Again, if it was me, if I had a 401k at this point, I wouldn't have it. It'd be gone. If I had one, it would be cashed out. Me personally, I would be investing it into things like land, surviving things. Get you a small house, a cabin, a structure, an RV, something to live out of on that land. You better man, everything I've said for the past decade comes into play right now. When you sell this 401k, when you're cashing out, you better make sure you've got all these things. Tanks to catch water, septic in the ground, a power supply for off-grid, or you're going to go without all of it. A lot of you are going to go without any of it because you never listened. Shout out to the ones that do. But I know a lot don't. They just listen, goes in one ear, and I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it. Always an excuse. I don't want to hear it. Ain't time for excuses. Excuses are done. This is either you're understanding that we're about to have a series of events that's going to change the rest of your life forever. And that you're either preparing to get through that storm or you're not. So I'd be buying greenhouses. I'd be getting them going. I'd be doing every little thing here. Yeah, thank you, Colleen, for the donation. Rumors are that Monday is going to be crazy. Yeah, markets just dumped out. And I have these people saying to me, I just lost thousands of dollars just this past week alone in their 401k. Thousands. They're seeing the money just disappear. This is what I did not want to have happen. This is why I told people sell, get out of it. Cash out. You don't have to have it stuck in a system where it's going to be stuck. You want to have your money where you can get it. And that's out of your vault. That's out of your safe or under your mattress, wherever you keep it. Not in one of these buildings, these establishments, you ain't never going to get it out of there. When the big dogs really start dumping, what they're going to do is they're going to freeze the market, just like they did a few weeks ago. The whole roaring kitty crap, it was a test. One word. Thank you for the 5 coffees. Much love, AZ. You sell the tip, you buy the dip. There's only one exception to that right now, and that's gold. Gold, everything has ups and downs. If it just has a slight pullback, that's when you're jumping in, because gold's going to like 20 grand or more. But when this country gets brought into a depression and your 401k gets liquidated, you have nothing. You ain't gonna care that gold hit 20,000. If people ain't sitting on it, getting in now, you see all these states just did away with the taxes. As a matter of fact, my state is now a tax-free state here tonight on gold and silver. Let me tell you something. Those are the dips I would be buying and selling because it's all tax-free. Are you kidding me? Dude, I'm about to jump in this game hard. Hey, look, I got about 1 or 2 more weeks before the dust settles around me, and when it does, I'm telling you, I'm coming out. I'm coming out guns blazing. You just watch. When I get back into the cycle, into everything going here, a whole new regiment, when I can finally say that my ark, Noah's Ark, is done, what does that mean? That means it's about to rain. You know what that means, don't you? Something real bad's about to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have a date. But I'm telling you, here any time, all hell's about to break loose in this country, all by design. Man, they could just steal your, like Colleen just said, watch out for Monday morning. What happens if they take half your 401k come Monday morning? What are you going to do then? No, I'm not trying to rub it in no one's face. I'm asking an honest question. What are you going to do? Because it's about to happen. Uncommon mentions goldbacks out there. That's an option. It's good to have options. I would say this, though. It doesn't matter what you got in your arsenal if you don't have someone that's going to trade for it. You understand me? You could be sitting there with whatever. But if the people around you, they got the corn and the wheat and the potatoes that you need to survive, if they don't want goldbacks, they don't want gold, period, you better have something else. Silver, you better have items to barter with. And I'm talking, sure, there's going to be a lot of people that do accept goldbacks and gold and silver and all those things. That's why we talk about it. But there's going to be people that don't, because it's going to mean nothing to them 6 months into this place being destroyed. Everyone surviving out in the mountains or in scarce places, in pockets. Your deck man, you stay in the city. What do you think these migrants are about to do? What? What do you think they're about to do? Again, they didn't come here to go camping, play kumbaya. They come here to kill. And I say those words. Again, I don't think it's sticking to people's brains. I need a slingshot it to your forehead. The invader's here, ready to kill us if anybody cares. Sure, go on to the next show. Go shopping tomorrow. Forget about it. Go on with life. Forget about it. I'm not. I stay getting ready every day. Every day. I'll be up before the sun comes up tomorrow morning, getting ready for it again. What will you be doing? Waiting for the next live stream? Waiting to watch some show? You better get with it, because we're about out of time. All these warnings is about to be done. I guess from here, it's kind of moot to keep saying get ready. I mean, either you care and you've been getting ready, or you don't and you haven't been. So it's just the way that it is. I will share with you here, though, in the coming weeks and moving forward, some things that I'm doing to break away from the system. And that if anyone out there is trying to make a last-ditch attempt to do something, I want to share some things. What we're doing to get out of it, but you're running out of time. You're running out of time. I've been saying this forever. I mean, You just run out of time, man. I don't know what the process is either to get your 401k out. If it takes weeks, if it takes days, I don't know. I don't know that. You might want to look into that come Monday. This is what's coming our way. I've said this before. CBDCs, all this crap. What if the CBDC isn't pushed in our country under Trump or something like that? They'll wait it out. They'll wait it out 4 years. It's all he's got. It's all he can possibly have. And it's done. And then guess what? Before 2030 is even here, 2028, 2029, there'll be a whole nother election cycle. Who knows what's going to happen then? This world coin will be everywhere. Thank you, Gary. He says about a week for 401k. Thank you for that. I just don't want to see people get caught slipping here, man. We're in a war. What does it matter? I saw some young bucks the other day from another country pull up out of a moving truck, and I was just thinking to myself, man, those are the guys that we need to be reaching. Like, we need to be reaching these guys and getting them ready for war here. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about getting together on the weekend and training for survival to make sure you got a sharp shot with your gun for what's about to happen. Nobody cares. So when they're storming through your neighborhood, just remember, nobody cared. When I get to the end of the segment and you see what's happening in the UK, all you people are just sitting on that ass doing nothing, you'll get a first-hand look at what's about to come here. But again, people just don't care until it's too late. And it's going down, man. I'll switch gears. Move out of financials. Jump into a scientific breakthrough. China has made a scientific breakthrough in terms of quantum computing. They're saying that they have observed what appears to be the world's first room temperature time crystal. This gets into the crazy stuff. With this type of technology and what they're talking about here, it has so many different things that they can do. When you talk about quantum computers, people really can't even wrap their head around it. On how fast and just how smart and futuristic these things are, and they've never been able to have one made and observed at room temperature, but that happened to be in a lab under all these different instances and circumstances. So it's just kind of crazy. They could make weapons out of it. You could do all types of stuff with it. Store information in them, because that's what you do with crystals. Crystals store information. Now you think about that for a minute. All the crystal shards across the planet, hidden, all these different places, crystals hold information. So if you have the technology that can pull that out, just imagine that. Imagine down in Mexico where they got them caves, the massive, huge crystals, like out of Superman or something. But they're real, inside the earth, massive. They're warm. Do you ever think what kind of information could that be holding? Ancient. Those are the things that I think of when I see these stories. So, China, again, making advancements, and it says the UK and the US are trying to catch them. So it looks like the US is just getting left behind in all these things. In the meantime, the hacks keep happening. I just told you what happened with me this week. You can see hackers have attacked a U.S. blood bank. More than 250 hospitals have been asked to activate blood shortage protocols. Wow, So, yeah, they're hitting all these places, man. Yes, the pineal does hold information. It is crystalline, exactly. And it is the seat of the soul. It is the mind's eye. And Um, so many other things that connect with that. But yes, this nonprofit blood bank, One Blood, which serves hundreds of American hospitals, it's been hit. So heads up on this, man. We're seeing water places, electric places, now blood banks. It's been hospitals already. In everyday places like stores, Ace Hardware we've seen was been hacked. I mean, you name it. Like everywhere's been hacked. All right, let's dive into the politics. This has happened since the last time I was live. Kamala has apparently got enough votes here to be the Democratic nominee. Joe Biden out the door. I told you before, it looked like to me this was going to be the pick simply because of the money. We found out that there was $90-some million in a fund that was under the name of her and Joe. It was under the Biden-Harris campaign. And if Biden was to drop out, they can only tap into that money if Kamala ran. And if she did not run, they lost it. They lost like 90 mil. And I didn't see that happening. So now the big question is, who is going to be her VP pick? Of course, we're coming up on the DNC in Chicago. So they're telling us right now she's going to be the delegate or the nominee. And we'll see if the protests get crazy outside of the DNC this week. But this is just a show. Now look, they accidentally posted a campaign ad here that says or suggests that Harris is going to pick Shapiro to be VP. Who is Shapiro for people out there like, who the hell is Shapiro? Pennsylvania's Governor Josh Shapiro. Virtual no-namer. A lot of people out there, unless you lived in Pennsylvania, you wouldn't even know who he was. Just like people were saying they didn't know who my governor was when they heard that my governor was running is up there as well. Yeah, well, I don't know who they're going to pick over there. I really don't. Does it make a difference? What are they going to grab? It's another face. I don't see how they can get a face up there that you could hate much more than Biden's, right? No one's going to like Kamala. They already don't. She's the most disliked vice president in history. And with that said, how are they going to come out and say that she's winning in the polls against Trump right now? How's it even possible? How is it even possible? It's not. It's like this whole Biden thing again. Like, you guys know Trump's packing stadiums like he did tonight in Atlanta, and probably still is in Atlanta. Packing full-blown stadiums. She can't do that. Some of the Dems on the other side will be like, yeah, she did. She just packed a stadium. No, she didn't. She hijacked a Megan Thee Stallion concert is what she did. She hijacked it. And most of the people that came there were paid to be there. Get to know this. Attendees were receiving $150. And as soon as Megan Thee Stallion was done, they were beelining toward the door, out of there. Because Kamala was trying to come in right after she was done and like grab all those people. And they were like, don't think so, bitch. Out of here. And that's exactly what they did. Let me see what we got here. Oh, no, that's not what I want to show. Thank you, Kev Bar. Thank you for the comment, and thank you for the coffees. Appreciate it to the fullest. We go to this next one. Well, they're saying in this one that all her support is fake. They're paying influencers. And what's there's this dude out there, I forget his name, man. He's this one of these rich dudes out there on social media. He's saying that he knows all these rappers in the game and that all these rappers are being asked by the Kamala Harris regime if they will speak positively about her if they pay them. So they're going around trying to buy support everywhere. The establishment is. Don't get it twisted. This is the establishment through and through. Most of the time, they'll call up their major sellouts and they'll just do it. You know, they're Katy Perry's and all these other ones that just, Lady Gaga's, that are full-blown satanics. They'll do anything they ask. But the rest of them that are like seeing this, like, I don't think so. They got to throw money at them. So that Donald Trump is saying that he's going to have no taxes on Social Security. He's going to change the game if he gets in there. So for anyone out there collecting on Social Security, at face value, to me, that's a plus. But then reality sinks in and says, no. By the time you get to where you're going to need Social Security, it ain't nothing going to be there. And look at this. Talk about two-face. There's anything I can't stand. I love animals. I love animals so much more than humans. More loving, caring, not going to turn on you as much as a human. I mean, I swear some of these humans are rabid. They're foaming at the mouth. I mean, so many demons out there right now, it's sick. The politics is one thing, I guess, though. It's expected for them to jump ship and to flip the script and all this. But this one, Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook. Y'all know he's trashed Trump big time. And he's been all about the establishment through and through. Towing the line, stealing our information, selling it, making billions off of it, never going to jail for it. Guess what? He's praising Trump now. And this is like, what? Zuck praises Trump as an American badass. And it's like, hold up, dude. Who are you fooling? Like, you ain't fooling me. He's trying to save face or do something here. I don't know, but you ain't fooling me. Trump says that Zuck called him and said that he will not support Democrats. So Zuckerberg is, he's going to this level. He's stooping down this low. He's going to this level here, saying he will not support Democrats. Like, I don't even buy it. It doesn't matter. You're still going to be overloaded with censorship on your platform and all this other crap. It just doesn't even matter. So I'm not buying it. But I thought it was pretty crazy. Zuck throwing those claims out there like that. Pandering to Trump. Like, oh, my people couldn't kill you, but I'm going to bow down to you. Yeah, Mark is in that team of pure evil, man. He's done it to all of us, man. But he's just another face. Don't get it twisted, man. Really, take a step back. See the little wizard behind the curtain. See the bigger picture here. All this stuff is a ruse. The world is a stage, man. Just like this next one. New evidence refutes the FBI's claim in testimony under oath that the Trump shooter was a far-right, anti-immigrant individual. All the comments from his own accounts that they're digging up show otherwise. He unequivocally reflected pro-Biden in everything he was doing. And they have instance after instance. And shalom, much love. Appreciate that. Um, New video emerges showing the shooter running across the rooftop as Trump is speaking. Who knows? Trump could have even looked over and seen him running. And like this whole thing with an outside rally, they changed some stuff. Like tonight, he's in a big coliseum. After what happened with this whole event and the shooting, I am suspect that you will ever see Trump at a rally outdoors ever again. Ever. Maybe in the right setting. But even if, it's such a sham. You know, shooter gets, you can see he circled in this image right here. We'll blow it up on the screen. He's right here. He had to run all the way down here to the far end and back down. He was running, trying to get, this is where people seen him on the roof. People seen him taking different positions, laying down, getting up, moving around, all this. The dude was at this for hours. Put a ladder up on the building, right by the door, while there's cops inside. This, none of it made any sense. Y'all already know that this, when you have this many red flags to an event, it just, this, you know what it is. You already know what it is. How did he have that angle? All this stuff, man. I just find it crazy that they go in front of our government under oath and they lie right there saying all these things, and they never get held accountable. Nobody ever cares. Okay, so let's go to the Secret Service agents. And thank you, Miss Moke, for the coffees. Hey, much love. Thank you. We have the Secret Service counter sniper basically saying that it ain't over. That another Trump assassination attempt is going to happen. And that's just like, man, like, all right. I don't know. Yeah, the whole world's a stage, man. And with that said, with everything we just saw, with everything it took to pull that whole thing off, I just don't see him doing it again. I think it served its purpose. For what someone was wanting to do out there. What's up, Cannons, my brother? I just don't see him going. I don't see how after this you could ever let Trump go into any area that's not fully swept, like thoroughly with a fine-tooth comb, period. If that's the case. And it just rules out any outdoor events. And I don't see how someone's assassinating Donald Trump or anyone else inside of a venue inside that is checked, that wands are being used on people at the door. And it's a 1,000% like inside job. Like one of the agents themselves would have to turn and fire the shot. You know, something like that. It could never be, I don't know, I just don't see how after this it could go down again. But the world is a stage. And thank you, Cannons. Deathgate. Much love to all you guys. Just saying though, man, when counter snipers are making statements out there like this, you have to at least make note of them. Sometimes people know things they can't say. They can tell you something like this, but they can't give you any other details. It's all about the setting, I guess. And you may recall they said that this shooter was flying a drone over the area before all this. Now that's impossible. That is impossible. Now let me slow this down for you a little bit. I'm a drone owner and operator. I've taken my drone to many places. And I know from firsthand experience that any time you get anywhere around Donald Trump, your drone will not even take up off the ground. You ever seen me show you any video footage, aerial footage of Trump or any of his stuff? It's because you can't. You cannot do it unless the feds allow you to do it because they control the airspace. They sure do. They not only would stop me from taking flight, if my drone was in the air, they would bring it down. A controlled descent. And then if they want, they can just shoot it out of the sky. They don't want us doing that, but they will do it. Okay? So for this dude to fly a drone over the crowd and over all this is just garbage. Garbage. Okay? So now we have a senator introducing a bill to blacklist Chinese drones in the U.S. So these are DJI type of drones. Some of the best out there. That's what my drone was till it died in the cemetery at the last conference, shooting a music video. I guess it was meant to be. So I have to get a new one. And it will not be Chinese. That's for dang sure. Because I got it a long time ago before all this stuff hit these levels. Now I don't trust none of it. And I'm gonna tell you, if you're buying anything off grid, anything that you're looking to survive off grid with, don't buy it if it's being made in another country, like Asia, specifically China. Because if we go to war, you're never gonna get those parts. You're never gonna get updates. You're virtually dead in the water. I would tell you to buy American all day, every day, and to support your people any way that you can. Every business, any way that you can. I got to give a shout out to Signature Solar. They're out of Texas. If you guys are looking to make moves in the solar field, look up Signature Solar. And thank you, Deanne, for all the prayers, for the coffees, for the love. It's appreciated to the fullest. I'm just going to throw something up here on the screen real quick. Well, I thought it was. I guess I deleted it. Let me try this one more time. All right, there you go. If you guys are looking, you can see right here, this is Signature Solar. If you guys are looking to seriously get off the grid and you want some kind of power setup and you want to buy American made, this is the way to go. Someone like Signature Solar or something similar. Look at this. Yeah, I know this is in the thousands of dollars, but it's not going to be cheap. But you can get smaller units here that are in the $8,000 to $9,000 range, even down cheaper than that. For these units, you can see one right here, a 12K hybrid inverter, 12,000 watt input. It's a 120 240 split phase. It's one big battery mount with a 12K inverter on top. It's seamless. It's like plug and play. It's like DIY type stuff almost. It's so easy these days when you get the right stuff. I'm telling you, it's virtually with all the packages with a couple of wires that go into this conduit. Very easy plug and play. And you're talking less than $10,000. That right there is like $6,000, $7,000. You hook this thing up to your RV right here with solar panels on top or your cabin, you're golden. If you want to step it up and you want to do the whole house, step it up to a 18K inverter, which just puts out more power, handles more power, and all that stuff. You can go with something like this right here, the EG4 solar kit. You can select an array of different panels. And check this out. You can just select a different amount of batteries to up it. And look, it's very simple. Small set of cables, everything to hook up. You can do it yourself. And you can power a full house with this. 45 kilowatt hours. It's going to run you around $25,000 for that. But guess what? You're never going to pay an electric bill again. And just let me tell you something. Okay? When you can take away your mortgage or your rent, and you can eliminate your water and electric and all that stuff, you will save over $20,000 a year. Did you hear me? That's in your pocket. That's not going to no one else. That's not going to anything else. That's once you get to this point, it's done. All that's done. Once you get off grid and get into this position, you eliminate all these bills and all this stuff. I can't tell you how big of a move this is. I was telling you earlier, I got this plan I'm going to roll out if people want to follow it. You can achieve it. You need to do it now. You need to be getting into a location. You need to be making all these moves. And once you do, sure, the world can go to hell and then you're safe, right? But if the world keeps on pushing in the meantime, guess what? You're saving on all this. Again, man, when you can eliminate all this and you can disconnect from the beast, that's true freedom. And when you can start to put 20,000 plus in your pocket a year, back to your family, back to things you want, it's huge. It's a huge turning point. Okay, so I'm just saying, I'll be taking out loans. I'll be doing anything and everything at this point. And devising a plan, using your brain, full scale, big time, doing whatever it takes to get into this position. Because we're about to go into full-scale World War III, if you haven't noticed. Iran has always been the last boss man, so to speak, when it comes to all these countries that they wanted to go in and take out. You could kind of throw Syria in there, but Syria's a little different. In my book, it was always, they had Iraq up front, the big bad, boogeyman, ISIS and all that back in the day they were telling you about, and then Libya and Gaddafi they were pushing, and then it's always been Iran. Everyone just always has known Iran. It's always been the boogeyman sitting there. Well, now it's on. Apparently, Israel just killed the Hamas leader on Iranian soil. And that's pretty ballsy. It's pretty crazy. But this is the Mossad. They'll kill anyone, anywhere. They sure will. And Iran's saying that they're going to launch an attack back. Okay? So if Iran launches an attack back full scale on Israel, dude, it can go live at any time. Because Israel will launch the Iron Dome. And the Iron Dome, missiles will be flying everywhere. I don't know if you remember the first Iraqi Gulf War on TV, what it looked like. All the tracer rounds, all the stuff, and all the rockets and stuff in the sky. Boy, oh boy. It will be back to that. And Israel, just for spite, will start launching bombs into Syria. This is where Damascus comes into play. The moment they level Damascus, you're living out of a page right out of your Bible. We're that close. The U.S. Embassy is now warning. It actually says it is imploring Americans to leave Lebanon on any ticket available. You hear that? That is a huge warning. Get out of Lebanon. You're like, well, you didn't even mention Lebanon. What's up with Lebanon? Well, Lebanon is just, they're just an innocent bystander standing there, a whole city of people, but Israel says, oh no, we're coming after you next. Just go down, get all these people down in Gaza, turn around, go north to say you're going to slaughter everybody in Lebanon, start launching missiles over into Syria, just killing people for whatever reason. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You could tell me that our country supports this crap? Like, dude, Anyhow, World War III is about to unfold full scale right in front of your face. Just be ready for it. What else can we be? But to be ready for the lights to go out and for the Chinese and the rest of the migrants to come out the bushes. That's what you better be thinking. I tell you, people just keep forgetting about it. By the time the show's over, everybody just forget about it. Wake up tomorrow morning, won't even think about it. All the Chinese that are here just waiting to kill. In the meantime, United, Delta, Lufthansa, British Airways, all of them, they're all canceling their flights to Tel Aviv. Dude, when you do this, dude, Israel's been at this for how long? How long have we been talking about God? All through this year? They have not done this. They have not made this move of canceling flights and all this other stuff. Something big is about to happen. Okay? When you're telling people to get on any flights you can out of that country, out of Lebanon, and canceling all flights into Israel and Tel Aviv, boys, buckle up. There will be blowback here. They'll just shut the lights. It doesn't matter. Israel gets hit. They go into war. Like, they'll just pull the cord on this place. They will not go down without trying to take everyone out with them. I'm telling you. They're nasty as it gets. That Mossad boy, I'm telling you. And what's this? The Biden regime pledging new military deployments to defend Israel. You hear that? Did you miss that on the evening news? Biden is pledging our sons and daughters to go die for Netanyahu in his regime. In all their slaughters. It'd be just like sending your offspring to Ukraine, to the front line. Just gets slaughtered instantly. Yep. Senator Lindsey Graham, a traitor, treasonist, who should be in court in front of a judge, a righteous judge, for that and be put away. He's pushing more war, and he's pushing senators to commit to war on Iran if Israel is attacked. So if Israel's about to get attacked, they're about to pull us into this full scale against Iran. And Iran's buddy with Russia and China. It can escalate quick, man. So wait till we bring it here. Everybody's just sipping the pina coladas or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, dude. You should be sharpening your swords. And I put a post out on Twitter, and people are like, what for? What should I be sharpening my sword for? All these stupid remarks. And it's like, dude, like, you're done. Like, if that's real and genuine, someone saying that, you're done. Your dumbass mentality, you're done. But then the other part of me is like, no, these are psyop trolls that show up in my comments all the time, that do things like this, that say things like this, not to just affect me, but the other people looking around and watching. And if you got a small mind and you're easily affected, then they will affect you. But I've been in this game a long time, and it's just it's one of the two there. Russia holding a third phase of tactical nuclear drills the same day as our F-16s get there. Tactical nuclear drills. I'm telling you now, they're going to use them. They're going to use tactical nukes. They're not the nukes of old. They're not Nagasaki, Hiroshima. They're not going to leave fallout all over. They're not. They're doing tactical because they can actually strike Kiev or any other place in Ukraine and it not blow back in Moscow's face. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. If you guys didn't know, there was a massive prisoner swap that just took place. It says that Russia and the West exchanged 24 prisoners. This is the largest swap since the Cold War. So at least you can see that they're talking behind the scenes then. There's all this dialogue going on that has had a prisoner swap and all this other stuff, but yet you're going to all this war out in Ukraine. Like, get out. Like, the world's a stage, man. Remember, the United States and Russia weren't the best of friends or anything like that back in World War II. It wasn't until the last moment, until the Germans were running right up on Moscow, that Pearl Harbor happened, or we go and we drop bombs. We entered this war, and we buddied up with Russia. We won the last war with Russia. If everybody forgot or failed to learn that. And as soon as it was over, they had a little parade in Moscow. They had a little meeting, and they went back to their corners. And they said, here on this world stage, it don't work if we're buddies. We're too big of a powerhouse. We have to always be divided. We have to always be on one side or the other. Because if we're ever together, we'll smash everyone. And it's the truth. If Russia and the United States were together, they would smash everyone. And they won the last World War that way, by coming together. But here we are, about to go to war with Russia on this world stage, but it's just stupidity. Because if we were friends with them, China would be obsolete. And I can't see how Russia's not seeing this too. I mean, once the United States say they're gone out of the picture, we're all smoked and just bye-bye. You don't think that China eventually won't turn on Russia? I mean, Russia is right there. It's the land touching their country. I don't know. World is a stage, man. Divide and conquer, yeah. That's a big thing, but... All right, here we go. Riots erupting in England. For all my cats in the UK that stayed up late to catch this, much love. Daz, Crown Jewels, Lord McCormick, all of you over there. Carrie, much love. If you don't know, we have a stabbing spree that took place inside of England. The child of a migrant, so a migrant child goes on a stabbing spree, killing local kids. Or stabbing them up really bad here. It's just 20 years ago, this would have been regarded in the UK as a terror attack. But right now, it's just the woke mob spreading here. So they're saying following a long-running pattern of this going down, people are taken to the streets. So you see, these girls, man, that have lost their life in the UK. Now check it out. People are pissed, and people are taken to the streets, and they should be. Violent protests are going down, but this is the problem. My fellow brothers and sisters in the UK, Crown Jewels Music Group, right there in the chat. He is there right now, can attest to all of this. Our brothers and sisters are fighting the beast. Okay? They're fighting back against what's happening in their country. The police get called, right? Almost every time. And what do the police do? The police come in and beat down the white men. Do you understand that? Or the local people from England, whatever color they are, that live there. They're beating them down. Just letting the Muslims and all these others run and do whatever they want in this situation. Letting the migrants run wild. And see, this was the plan to begin with. I told you this all along. They were bringing them in here to do just this. They are the replacements. Unless men and women stand up and fight for their lives and for everything and get organized, it's done. And you can't fall behind some shill out there. It makes me sick. I'm going to start going down this path. I mean, all over the place. Every country's got their shills. And all these people falling behind them. And they think that they're the savior because they're out there on a stage and they got this name. Like Tommy Robinson. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Which isn't even his real name. which if you have an alias, that's fine. But an alias is like mine, Dabu 7. Everyone knows me here, Dabu 7. That's like an alias. Like Snoop Dogg, it's an alias. When you hear Tommy Robinson, though, you think that's a real name, and that's very deceptive. It's not even his real name. And, look, I've been knowing about Tommy for years. Oh, Steven. Okay? And what he's up to, and who he's connected to, and how he gets his money, and all that. And I ain't falling for his crap. I ain't falling for none of it. Some of you can, I'm not. You understand me? When a real grassroots dude from the streets rises up that you never heard of, that's the real deal. A dude that they plaster all over the place and wants you to gravitate toward all the time, come on. Dude that by all accounts should have been dead, right? Or assassinated, something, nothing. If that was me out there, they'd have done took my head off. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Or any real cat. That's how it works. Dude, I ain't falling for it. Don't you fall for these shills. It's time to rise for yourself, man. Like, I don't fall for this Trump crap. I don't care if you're a Trumper or not. I don't care if you fell for it last time, falling for it this time. You don't see me, and I never have. Pump that. I give you the goods, though, on all of it. I don't jump on no bandwagon. I could have a long time ago. I could have made $1 million selling T-shirts and all this other crap. I didn't. I stayed true to the game because God's watching. You dig it? Don't fall for these shills. These shills are sold the soul to Satan in this material world for gain in this material world. And it's short-lived because these lives go by like the blink of an eye when it's all said and done. It's all about the soul here. But that's been lost. The spiritualness of all this is getting lost in all this, man. It's turning to chaos, What did you think the days of tribulation would be? So look at this. The UK Prime Minister calls for a crackdown on angry Brits. This pisses me off. You don't care about all the migrants that are flooding, murdering, doing all this raping, pillaging. You don't care about none of it, do you? This dude should be fired, gone, in a courtroom for treason. Same thing, right here, gone. See ya. Send him to the... You can fill in the last words. Got a song for it. Yeah. Going after our brothers and sisters that are pissed because their children are getting murdered by these people. I salute every one of you that rise, that put your life on the line, and fight to the end. I salute every one of you. You're not a terrorist in my book. You're not an extremist in my book. Much love to all the purebloods, all the warriors, worldwide. We're here to kill the beast. One way or another. Now, do not confuse the real people in the streets looking for justice with these paid-off protesters. Don't confuse the real people with BLM. Don't confuse the real people with this Palestine movement. Don't confuse the real rioters in the UK, the real people coming out for a good reason, with the fakes like Extinction Protocol. And all these ones that keep going into places and throwing paint on Van Gogh paintings and doing these stupid protests. Well, guess who pays for that? Because those ain't even real protests. Those are all staged. Guess who's paying for it? Guess who's the number one backer of extreme climate protest in the UK? Hillary Clinton. That's right. Hillary Clinton is backing the chaos in the UK. She's the number one because on their taxes, they put who they're sending donation money to, right? And they have that they spent over $500,000 for the past 3 years. For the past 3 years, giving this money to the Climate Emergency Fund, CEF, which is the largest backer of Just Stop the Oil and the Extinction Rebellion. Yes, it's always Soros and Clinton. You got that right. And now he's handing the keys over to his son, which a lot of people are saying Soros out there now. Close. Well, one of his buddies on the same ship. Yeah, Hillary Clinton, though. You believe that? That's right. It's because of the foundations, man. This is mafia. This is mafia, man. They've been doing this, back into chaos all over the place. So we're going to call it out when we see it. People need to know who's fueling this. Just go back and pull up the Abu 7 videos when you go into court. Anyway, we covered this week after week, month after month, year after year for decades. We're going on decades with an S. That's how long I've been at this, like 15 years. So, okay. Texas ranchers suing the Biden regime over these migrants, and I hope they win. Somebody's got to fight them. Somebody's got to get some wins going. Much love, pure blood. Apparently, they're getting sued by all the damage they're causing and all this other stuff. Biden's going to be out of here. They don't care about this. There's a new video out here, though. I'm going to play this clip here real quick. This is showing just how many illegals are here. At least 14% of the migrants that they've caught so far are registered to vote. That can be, any percentage can make a difference. Let's listen.
We come from a company that is dedicated to registering Hispanic people so they can vote in upcoming elections. Are you already registered? We already voted. You already voted? Yes. Are you a citizen or?
No.
Have you already been registered or?
Yeah.
Are you a citizen or?
No.
Have you already been registered at work? Yes, we have. You've already been registered? Are you a citizen or not a citizen?
No es.
The apartment complex Elliott Norcross in Norcross, Georgia, is occupied primarily by non-citizens. We visited the complex to ask residents 2 questions. Are you a citizen, and are you registered to vote? Shockingly, 14% of respondents admitted to being non-citizens registered to vote.
Buenas, disculpe por molestar. Venimos con una organización que se dedica a registrar a la gente hispana para poder votar en las elecciones. Ya la registramos.
So you can see, and a shout outs to this guy, the Oversight Project, man. This is what more people should be doing. Taking it upon themselves to get out there and fight the fight, man. These guys went to a neighborhood, as you've seen right there. They started going door to door in Georgia. And damn near the whole community right there where they were at were all illegal citizens. And then they come to find out that there's illegals that are registered to vote. So, and 14% of that was just that small area they went into. So, that's Georgia. You don't even hear of us talking about that, but I told you earlier, they're everywhere. They're in every nook and cranny across this country. And yes, the sad thing is there's a difference between migrants that come here legitimately and illegal migrants that are here, and people can't tell the difference at this point because so many people are flooding in. And I'm telling you, man, this is to destroy this country. The West, period. Look at this. They're calling it an open war in NYC because 2 migrants attacked the cops. And they're out on bail. It's like American citizens do this. They throw away the key, or they're locked up for years. These migrants do this, and they're out to do it again. It's getting so chaotic in NYC, I think that this is a bit ironic. Look at this. The New York State Supreme Court blocks the mayor's attempt to stop the migrants from coming in. The mayor that was supporting all this crap has been for the past couple months now backpedaling, and now he's up against the wall, and he's totally going the other way. He's saying we've got to stop this. They're going to kill. They're going to kill everything. They're going to destroy everything. The Supreme Court shut him down. Shows you how rigged this whole thing is. He actually tries to do the right thing, and the Supreme Court steps in and says, "Oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't. The establishment's going to do what the establishment wants to do." And that's exactly what they did and what they're doing here. So the mayor of NYC trying to stop this whole thing in NYC, Supreme Court says, "Nuh-uh." Jerks his chain. This is a setup, y'all. To the highest degree. When you got mayors out here trying to stop this and they're powerless, the Supreme Court jumps up on the bench and just says, "Nope, you ain't doing it." Boom, gavel down. What are we going to do? That's like treason at the highest level, literally. Come on, man. Anyhow, I'm just letting you know, like the tide's turning there in the mayor's office. It's already turned, and they shut it down. So this is on the Supreme Court. Like, who's going to do anything then? Colleen says, make sure to gas up. Shortages all over the place. Really? Let us know what area you're checking in from, what you're seeing there. If you've got shortages in your area, I'd like to know. We do got a memo here, an alert going out from DHS warning that violent Venezuelan gangs are now putting green lights to kill U.S. cops. Now, I'm going to venture to say this, not just cops. I mean, if you're going to be brazen enough to kill the cops, you're going to kill anyone. It's basically, Venezuela is starting an open war here with the United States. You remember the video clip from a while back that I shared of this very arrogant Venezuelan that was sitting there going off on the camera, and he was telling people to come in and to squat in homes, and that you could do it, and you could get these mansions, and he was just going on and on and on. Well, we come to find out that dude is a lead general in the Venezuelan army. Front line. Now we know. And he's here. You think a general's in here? That a whole bunch more soldiers are not in here? Get out. I wish they would get out. But it's not happening. They're here, and now they're green-lighting to kill cops. I'm telling you, when this war starts, it pops off, all their foot soldiers are here. And Americans that are not paying attention to this are going to go down as the dumbest people in history. To sit here like a bunch of dumbasses, knowing we're getting invaded every day and not do nothing about it. Oh, somebody else do something about it. Turn a cheek to it and do nothing about it until all the mass murdering begins. You're going to be able to get no ammunition when that happens. When this whole thing begins, they'll make damn sure. But everything is going to be locked down cold. You won't be able to get nothing. How are you going to fight a war that way? You don't think that they're not ready? You don't think that the enemy is not giving them housing? Yes, they are. Training? Yes, they are. Ammunition as much as they freaking need to remove us and replace us? Oh, yeah, they will. Gladly. Sad thing is all these dumbasses coming in here working for the beast. Say they do come in and kill everybody, and they're the only ones left. They're going to find out real quick, as soon as they kill everyone, that the government's there, now going to kill them. The government just never stops killing. Where they're taking this, they're merging man and machine, and they're going into this whole new era. They're trying to do away with humans, man. Past 2030, you think jobs and stuff right now are hard to come by? If we don't change this country by 2030, them Deagle numbers could really come into play between now and then. I told you before, when we went into lockdowns and all that, the real one would be here by 2025, a big event. You're like 4 months away from entering that year officially, 4 months, 4 quick months are about to go by. And you're going to be in the year that changes. I don't know how many people will survive it. I really feel 2025 is crunch time. If it's bird flu, the mortality rate will smoke COVID. It would be like a 50%. People will actually be dead everywhere. And it will be the most terrific thing of your lives. Maybe some of you will look back and remember all these times we talked about this. Yes, prep now. Look at this, though. I like what Orban says. You guys may not even know who this guy is or pay attention to him. You're thinking, oh, he's a prime minister of some other country, to hell with him. No, this dude says stuff similar to like Elon Musk that's interesting sometimes. He is saying the truth here. He says, and look, he's just letting the cat out of the bag. He's talking from an inside perspective, and he doesn't care. He's saying that the West, the United States, the UK, all the West, sees immigration as a way of getting rid of the ethnic homogeneity that is the basis of a nation state. He's saying it flat out. They're using them to replace you. I'm putting it in layman's terms, man. Break it down for you. He's saying it flat out. That's what they're doing. That is the plan. That's why this is happening. Or they would never ever have let anyone invade their country or come across the border. They're letting the replacements come in. He's saying it openly. The only thing that we're lacking right now is an open war. No one has even fired a shot. And when they do, when the first heads get cut off in the streets and all that, it's over. It's on. There's no turning back. It's like they're all waiting for the bat signal in the sky. I'm telling you. And as soon as it happens, as soon as this signal is put out, and that day is in motion, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. So he just admitted what the whole scheme was in the wide open for those that have the eyes to see. And I'm going to end here tonight a little earlier than usual. But I'm going to end with this. 5 reasons, and I'll probably give more than that, on why you should be prepping like crazy right now. Not even one of them, but this. Everyone's saying here, this is biblical. Biblical. S. Lee comes behind and says, it's man-made biblical. Isn't everything man's driven desire? Isn't that what makes everything? I don't understand that. Man-made biblical. God, I just don't understand that. God is in control of everything. Man is the ones playing out this whole script here. If it's biblical, period. It has to pertain man and God, both, for all of it. So, end times, I feel, yeah, we're there. That's why I named the other channel Surviving End Times. I believe we're there. But cross the Rubicon. Number 1 on the list here is the election. We've all been talking about it. We all know it's just a matter of months away now. We've already passed the RNC. Trump getting shot at and all this crap. Now we're about to go into the DNC. I don't know what's going to happen outside the DNC, but we could see protests. Maybe we don't now. The whole reason we said that before, haven't you noticed the whole Palestinian protest thing has evaporated? It's just gone. Poof, disappeared, bye-bye. Ever since all this talk of Biden stepping down and all this, the whole atmosphere around has changed. They were all going to be there potentially protesting Biden. Will they be? If the war's still going on, though, here, which it is in Israel and with Palestine and all this, but that was a Palestine movement. Notice that Israel has shifted gears and pulled back off of Gaza somewhat. Not totally. They never will. But they've put focus on Lebanon now, in the north. So much so that they're canceling flights and telling the whole world, get ready, they're about to drop bombs. I don't know, man. I feel something big's about to happen. I don't know what it is, but all I can do is just keep telling you. Who can take the guns? That's who wins. I don't know. Who can take the guns? You have a hard time, even if they turn the lights out here and they release all the Chinese, they're going to have a very hard time getting all the guns out of this country. It's going to take decades. A war like that, unless you have some way, well, an EMP would do it. You all know it. It would put us in the dark. No one would be able to handle it. Even people that in communities, survival communities and all this stuff, they will break down at some point if they're not tough enough. When you hear that the world has been dying in droves for the past 6 months to a year, and like you haven't seen signs of life outside of your community for that long because you don't want to go around people because they're dropping dead, because this time it's real, it's going to be totally different. Like I said before, people were still going to their mailbox and going to the store and doing all these things. I want you to remember that in the beginning of the scam, we were told you could not even touch a body. We take it back in time to China, 2020, when the whole thing broke out. Remember? All this crap going around. All these cell phones are missing. All these people are missing. They must be getting burned alive. They have to burn the bodies. It was all a lie. You have to burn no body. Yeah, everyone was buying the crap until it finally came here and they opened up stadiums and Carnival cruise ships and all this for people to go into to get treated. Nobody went into them. Did you forget about that? I didn't. Nobody went into them because it wasn't bodies stacked everywhere, right? It wasn't. They weren't stacked up like World War Z. Well, I feel that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. That's what they beta tested this whole thing for crying out loud. You don't run a beta test on something unless you plan to go full scale. So we lived through the beta test. Now everyone's back to the good old life. Vacations, living, doing whatever they want, going out, not getting, no masking up, no 6 feet distance, none of that crap, right? It's all in the rear view. And then, like a brick wall, it's going to come, I'm telling you. So, any day now when bird flu crap gets cycled out there, I don't know, man. From here, it's an any day now type of thing. I don't see how they could attack Trump, really, from here. I think Trump wins this election. I think it's obvious he's got our American people in his hand. No matter how woke or awake some of us are out there and hip to the left-right paradigm in this whole game, and all the shenanigans of Rothschilds running both sides of all this. Even though we're woke to all that, a lot of these Americans out here are on this Trump train. And they're voting for Trump versus Biden or Kamala. You already know this. And I think most of you can understand that and understand why. The lesser of two evils, obviously, and the way better pick if you had to pick something when it all comes down to it. For our way of life, because people are sick of getting destroyed here by recession and everything else. Jobs gone, the farm's gone, everything everyone ever worked for out there gone. I hate to say it, but it's only going to get worse. They haven't even taken all your money yet. You got to remember that the Great Depression was a ploy. It was created by the rich dudes, J.P. Morgan and all the goons on Jekyll Island. They had a meeting, and they created a false bank run. And in this, they stole everyone's money. They stole the farm and everything. And it affected not just the United States, it affected the entire world. It was the biggest robbery ever. But you see, that's what really caused the Depression, is everything was stolen from everyone. Well, that's exactly what's about to happen again. Your 401ks are just little eggs. They're ready to snatch them up. They're like snakes coming up, ready to just hit the nest, and they're ready to take it. And dude, I'm telling you, if you do not get your 401k out and get stuff out of other people's hands, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it all. They're gonna take it all. What do you think happens when the accounts all get frozen? They tell the public you can't sell. You tripped a breaker, like they did with Roaring Kitty a couple weeks ago. No one's going to be able to sell. They do the same thing in crypto. It's pathetic. But somehow, some way, the price keeps dropping. That's only possible if someone somewhere is able to keep dumping while you're not. These are masters at this. And they will do this, and they will steal everyone's wealth in one fell swoop. You remember it. It's obvious. You think they're going to leave it on the table? You think they're not going to take it? Get out of here. They're taking everything, every bit of wealth they can get. And that is a master plan right there. Right there it is. It could all happen one Monday morning. Just remember this IT glitch here recently. This IT glitch wasn't a cyber attack, so to speak. It was just a glitch. And it caused chaos. People could not get money out of the bank. Transactions could not go down. All that. Just imagine if that happens again and it's drawn out for weeks or months. It's over. Can't get your money out of your account. Can't do nothing. Meantime, you're logging in and you're watching your 401k just go down and go down and go down. It's a sickening feeling. And that's because all the billionaires are dumping behind the curtain on the sheep, on the people, on the goy, as they call them. This keeps saying armed conflicts are going to rage and spill over. That equates to attacks here for me. Number 3 here it says is we're facing a long-term food crisis. I applaud all you out there that started to grow. Much love Tacos and others out there, man. Send me images. And Gary, they have their gardens up and going. Just doing fabulous with them. Congrats, man. Much love to you guys. It's really glad to see some of you out there took this serious, doing it. And that's what's up. Just remember, guys, all the purebloods out there, it's about working on building the community, your community. Yeah, we have one here, and we always will. Worldwide, all the purebloods, all you soul riders, we'll always be there in heart. But in the community, the people around you that you're going to see in this crisis, that's who you really need to be working with. Your neighbors, good or bad. You need to get a list together and be like, okay, well, these people are going to be the first ones to come and try to kick in our door. Or, be like, no, these neighbors are cool. These neighbors are cool. You need to get with those cool neighbors and get a plan together. And be like, yeah, maybe we should talk about the nutcase in the block, or this person, or that house that just keeps spilling over with migrants, down the road. Maybe we should do something about it, have a little bit of a plan, That's what you need to be doing. And there's no excuse for that. For you to not talk to your neighbors and get out, that's just laziness and pathetic. And if you're in an area where you don't like your neighbors, you can't talk to them like that, like, what are you doing? What have you been doing this whole time? You just going to sit there and ride it out with snitches? Like, they're not jabbed up there. Go get them. Are you going to deal with that this next time around? This next time around, it's not going to be like COVID. This is going to be at the point of a gun. You see, they're going to treat pureblooders totally different. You're going to get gunned down because you're that lethal. What was that movie? What was that? 23. Was it 23 days? Forget what it was. I think it had to do with the year 2023. It's not come and gone. But it basically showed what it was going to be like when a real thing broke down. Like you're not going to be able to go nowhere. Well, no, that also brings up "Leave the World Behind Us." Leave the World Behind. The Obama movie. Remember that? They only just telegraph to you everything that's about to go down. The whole system shutting down. That's right. The cars being hacked, driving into a huge pile on the highway, hacked. All these EVs hacked. It's what's about to happen. You ain't even seen it happen yet. So it's going to happen. They telegraphed it. They showed it. Big boats running ashore, planes dropping out of the sky. Oh, yeah. It's everything they've got in store for us, and the games have just begun. My prediction is that Trumpy wins the election. And they crash the whole thing on him. That's what I see. Yeah, who knows? I could be wrong. They could always just give you Kamala, which is really, that would be my first pick, but they did this last time. They gave you Biden, knowing that stadiums are packed for Trump. And then he sat there and told you that Biden had a record amount of 82 million votes, which is garbage. You never saw those people anywhere. That's the same reason that they took the dislike button down off of the videos. To hide all this, remember? Yep, sure did. So when Trump comes back, I bet you the dislike button comes back. Another prediction. And their attack mechanism will resurface. Censorship will not go away. It will be on steroids. X is not freedom for all you clowns that are over there thinking that it's free and all this. It's pure censorship. I live in a bubble and proof of it, and you hear me say it all the time. I don't know. This whole place is censored. It's going to come a day in the future where we can't do this no more. If you want to hear the truth spoken, it's going to be literally underground. Because there's a reason that name was always embedded here, because that's literally where it's going to be taken if anyone wants to survive. How are you going to survive the Apaches trying to hunt you down? With the illegal Chinese migrants trying to hunt you down with their drones. And drone striking you. Tracking you and striking you off your cell phone. None of you are even ready for it. You ain't even ready. So as soon as this goes, this is going to be pure chaos. It's going to be every man on his own. Most people are probably going to die out there within the next decade in small pockets, never knowing what happened to everyone else, with communication broken and torn down. This is exactly what they plan to do. The only way that you can win that is to come together now and to actually get ahead of the curve and to have your militias, have your patriots together, formed, standing strong and flexing. But you see none of it. You don't even see one militia group in this country flexing. Not one. Nothing large scale. Everybody runs to a Trump rally, and that's the black magic of it. So ain't no one coming to the rescue. Do you understand that? No one's coming to save us. You're on your own when all this goes down. But I hope you got someone locally again that knows how to survive and how to fight off these fools. Because they're bringing it to us. It's here. They're just waiting for that bad signal. I hope you got enough time to get ready to get into your spot. Even though this is very last minute, I hope you got time. Just remember, I sacrificed all these past 4 years, everything, to be ready. What have you done? So, I wasn't about to be stuck with my family when the lights go out and have not a way to do nothing because, going on vacation was way too important past 3-4 years. Or buying that brand new car, all these luxurious clothes, or doing this or doing that or doing whatever. None of it. None of it. None of it. Not one thing goes above the survival of this. And that's how I roll. Other people roll different. They put all those things ahead of it. And now we're like, oh crap, maybe I should do something about the survival thing. They're going to get caught slipping. Some lucky ones will squeak by. But I'm telling you right now, it's taken this long just to get into this kind of position. I don't even care if you've got money, if you've got millions. I've seen dudes that come out here that think that they can get whatever they want and like that because they got money, and they go find out the hard way. The hard way. You ain't getting it. Didn't matter if you got money or not. You can't get something that ain't there to be got. It's exactly what I was telling you earlier about the beef. When the beef goes through the roof and just dries up. It ain't going to be $20 a burger. It's going to be no burger. You understand? Either you get it or you don't. Much love to all you guys that do. I love you. I love all of you. I thank you for the support. I thank you for being there, for being true bloods, being warriors, being real. I am an ordained minister. If you don't know, I am, officially. So when you say D7 is a pastor, David Jenkins, I really am. I just never say it. I fight this fight for the Most High, you know that. Without a shadow of a doubt. Because that's who's watching everything. And I'm not going to check out knowing they're watching everything and say, oops. Yeah, I felt the need. I just had to go do this. I didn't want to serve your mission, God. I had to do this. I had to do no. Excuses don't work. I'm not going there with no excuses. I'm going to the other side, my soul, saying I did everything I could until my body dropped. I suggest you do the same. If you want to advance, if you want your soul to live on. It is eternal, you know. Energy is eternal, don't you know that? Even if you're not spiritual. Scientifically, you should know if you got a brain, energy never dies. It just changed shape. Your energy. What does that mean? What does that mean? You're eternal. And someone, something wants that soul energy if you don't want it. And no, I don't baptize people. I don't marry people. I don't do none of that. I fight demons. That's my specialty. Much love. We're going to literally be fighting demons in the future. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. Checking out. Signing off. I'll be back on Monday for another one. God willing. If he doesn't return in the coming days, I'll see you next time for Underground World News Live. Right here on Dabu 77. Get some shout outs to take us out of here in the underground session. No. I'm going to take us out of here on our newest song. They can't contain me. And they can't. Dabu 7.
Yeah.
Hoodie Ross.
Got another one.
Fire Flame.
Yeah.
It's that time. The underground. Let's go.
I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking it, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me. I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking it, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me.
I'm about to ride on my enemies, come storm and swarm like killer bees. Show me how hard a gorilla be when I'm moving with the God-given energy. Yeah, and I'm about to go ham, yo. Ain't falling for the scam, bro. When the doors raise up on the Lambo, so when I'm popping out shots like I'm Rambo. That's the plan, though, cause the homies don't play that. Never sitting puffin' haystack. Me and Nina go way back. Ain't no one ever stay strapped, laid back in the Maybach. And we bringing the heat that we never knew we'll feel. Me and my homies drinking the real deal.
kill. Fully coming at you ready to kill. I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking in, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me. I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking in, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me. They can't contain what's great, they can't contain my faith. I must maintain a grade, that's just another saying. Hold up, I'm another saying. Super no Goku, get beat just like it's Pro Tools. I'm moving like an old school. Bad, we can get back to the level. Leaving bruises on the devil. Pay attention, it could get level. Assistant ain't no AI. Precision ain't gon' go out. Petition might not work out, but a nigga like me going all out. I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking in, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me. I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking in, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me.
Speak to God when the heathen drop. The streets full of demons that'll squeeze and pop. Wagging tongues seem to speak a lot when the soul's possessed by the creepy mob. True talk, get the speakers shot, cause man squeezy spots just to sneak a shot. Close range, cerebral rocked and JFK'd if you leave your block. Watch my back, they attack at angles. I wear them down just like the Lord sandals. The storm approaching will leave your mangled. Don't tangle with angles, we do the fandango. I crack your mango if you rough your melon. Then pray to the heaven for some demon repellent. The exorcist exercise a session, cause in my profession can't disguise possession.
I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking in, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me. I was made for this, I was built for this, yeah, I believe it. No stopping this, we locking in, we got the keys. Seen a lot of shit, but can't nothing change me. Been fighting all these demons, they cannot contain me.
Much love, Eon, in all the purebloods. Illuminati.